It's afternoon, and on the West Coast, it is lunchtime. To the dick who wrote stupid title, and it was the first guy in here. Thanks, bro. Listen, lunchtime. I got a lot of West Coast people. I got Rob. He's out in Colorado. Lunchtime chat, baby. What are we, late afternoon chat? What are we talking about here? I'll meet you over at the Esplanade, all right? Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Game Time, Brian here. A little lunchtime chat. I'm going to try and do these. I did open up the Zoom link there. It's on the community tab. Just hop on in if you want to chit chat for a while. Figure, honestly, peeps, it's better for me to do it now than say, hey, I'm going to do it tonight. And then, Rob, once I kind of settle in around 7 o'clock, knowing I get up at 4:45, it's all bad news. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if I'm not a spring chicken. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's go back to the top. We got Vinny Hagen in the house, Daniel M., Karen DeGoid. How are you, Karen? Rollo is in the house, Alina, Arturo Gomez, Jimbo. Who else we got in here? Rob A. I know I saw Rob in here. We got, like I said, Jimbo, my neighbor. Jay Smooth is in the house. William Tilton, Vegas' own William Tilton is in the house. What's up, Jay Smooth? How are you? Rob A. feels like there won't be any more moves until June 1st. Daniel M., who the hell knows, man? Jesse Montanez, I got the link. Hop on in if you want, brother. Hola, ladies and gentlemen, and Mark Holmes. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, that's right. Jesse Montanez is getting his load on right about now. That's what's going on. Sorry, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the play a sound when people hop in. Now there he is. He's in the house. About time. He's ignoring me. And
of course I'm not.
Mute participants upon entry. Oh, first, before I get any further, apologize to Blue Virus. I included him into a group of people who want a number one receiver. You guys act like I don't want a number one receiver. Rob, where's Rob at? If you ever decide to do a YouTube channel, just remember, you could have all the facts. You could do everything right. But God forbid you waver upon your opinion at any point. It's called a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Chris Dooley, what's up, brother? How's those commandos, brother? So anyway, I want to apologize to Virus. I meant no disrespect. It was just, listen, you should take it as a badge of honor that I'm bringing you up at my morning ride video. Why I thought
I was proud. I was like, well, hold on. What's going on there?
I didn't say shit. No, yeah, basically. There's a groundswell, and I totally get it. Wade, and I know Wade's here, I totally get it. I would love a number one receiver. I'm not here saying I don't want another number one. I just think the blueprint is
you
laid
want
out.
to send you the bill?
All right, Jesse, I got to mute Jesse. He got to pay bills.
Well, see, it's irrelevant. If we have if we get another number one, there's nothing wrong with that because Schottenheimer is not going to deviate from his identity. He's just going to have another number one target in case we need another,
Wait, I would love that. I'm not arguing. But I'm not.
Yeah, I know, but you're basically kind of implying that we're just going to throw the ball if we have another number one wide receiver.
I am.
That's
but
what you're
thinking. I don't know that that's the case. I get it. I just think, just look at the teams that are winning. I understand the Eagles won this year. But what was also the main focus of what the Eagles did this year? They had a runner run the ball for 2,000 yards.
Yeah, but in the Super Bowl, those two number one wide receivers absolutely killed Kansas City, bro.
I don't know that is the case.
Their run game wasn't doing that much in the Super Bowl.
Again, it was
their run game wasn't that good.
Dominated everything.
Well, the Eagles,
yes, but their receivers were making plays.
I'm not going to get inside the numbers over one game. I'm just saying.
That's the most important game.
I know. I agree with you. I would love to get a number one. I just don't want to waste.
And look, I agree with you, Brian. I don't want Dak throwing 50 times. I agree with you.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't want Dak throwing the ball 50 times.
You know what I mean? But and I agree with you, but we don't even know what
Thank
we
you.
got with Mingo. But I'm on board with getting somebody. You know, again,
Yeah.
I just don't know who that guy is. I'm not going to sit there and go, we got to have this guy and then not get him. We got to have that guy.
Eh,
We'll see what they do.
If we get someone, we get someone. If we don't, I mean,
You know,
it
Mark
is what it
Holmes,
is.
me and Mark are going to do a video. I don't know when, because he was texting me today. Mark is on with the Walker Wade where they must have a number one wide receiver. And I find that interesting because Mark Holmes, you know, he's probably tired of the Dak slander, but I don't know about you. If he gets a number one, let's just say we go get a Pickens out of Pittsburgh. Well, would you agree that that's a number one? It may be a one. I think Pickens is probably
borderline,
more like
borderline number one.
I would say he's like a Devontae Smith, right? I would say Pickens is along
Yeah, I'll say
them
more
lines.
Smith. Yeah, AB.
I mean, I could get into the numbers. I know Devontae had like 700 and some yards and 8 touchdowns last year. And everybody goes, I can't believe you're comparing Tolbert to Devontae. I'm just saying Tolbert missed a game, played with Cooper Rush, and had 700 and some yards and 7 touchdowns. I'm not comparing the players. I'm just saying production-wise, you may not need a number one, quote unquote. You know, I would rather allot those funds and go get you. Hey, listen, how about this, Wade? How about if the tight end with Atlanta Falcons hits the market? They're like, you know what? We've had enough of this.
I'm okay with a great tight end.
And then you have that same funds that you're going to give to a 1-year guy, the guy who has 1 year left on his deal.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, like let's say they go, oh, okay, you could give. Let's say you can give a second for Kyle Pitts or a second for
Wilson.
Pickens, whatever.
I'm Pickens.
Who would you like? I'll take Kyle Pitts. That's
I'll
just
take another
me.
tight end.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You just open. Don't just lock
Now,
in on a
if
number
we
2.
if we do have those weapons, and Dak plays like garbage this year, ooh man,
Well, that's what I'm
that ain't
saying.
good.
Mark has just teed
that
himself.
ain't good.
Mark has teed it high for Ultra and Rob and Jesse. He's teed that thing up way high to where you guys are going to take in the words of Bill Murray, I'd like to take a big swing at you, Sarge. You know what I mean? And Stripes. Yeah, they're going to take swings at Mark. You better take cover, my friend. But again, I like Alec Pierce as well, Ultra. Now, Ultra, I don't know if you can hop in here, but just in
Now,
the chat.
if Dak comes out this year and struggles again, though, Brian, I don't know, man. I got question marks.
Well, dude,
I got question marks.
you
Even
act like I don't.
regardless of the weapons,
This is it.
he did struggle last year.
Yeah. No. This is it for him. He needs to have a good.
I remember when he was good, he had a good line in the front of him.
Yeah. Not only does he have to have a good regular season, he has to win a couple playoff games. That's what he needs to do.
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, he needs to win a couple playoff games. But last year, yeah, the team wasn't what it needed to be. But Dak looked pedestrian. He looked pretty pedestrian last year.
Early on,
He can't look like that again.
I would say
He can't look like that again.
Yeah, I'm not here to make excuse for Dak, but I would say it was a shit show last year. Our organization felt the need to bring back Zeke Elliott and sit Rico Dowdle for the first 6-7 games of the year. Hey, everybody in the chat, what's up, Mark? How you doing, Mark Hutchton? They
What's up,
sat
everybody in the
Rico
chat?
Dowdle for
What's
the
up, buddy?
first 7 games of the year. Think about that. He had well over 1,000 yards by the time the end of the year came. So he basically averaged over 100 yards a game in the games that he played. This is like the brainstorming that's going on in that front office. And now we were promised a bill of goods that they're going to do moves in the draft. And we're going to talk about other stuff, people. We're not just going to talk about Dallas. We're not trying to frustrate anybody. I want to run across the league. I got a few different things I want to talk about. But, you know, I'm all for getting a number one. I would have to know who it is. If it's a Miles, I mean, if it's a Garrett Wilson, yes.
Yes, all day.
Absolutely. That's the type of number. That's the type of move. That's the DK Metcalf type move that I would be okay with. Everything else, I want no part of a 1-year guy, unless you're going to take a 5th round pick, and they're not, which is why they took Pickens off the market for now. So I want to run the ball. Yeah, Mark Hodgson. I don't know. I think that was a local. I don't know if it was a writer or a local blog that's creating bullshit about Milton. Who cares? He's our backup. I don't
That
even
was
care.
a whole bullshit. That was something, Mark, that he heard from somebody else.
Again,
whatever, it's like third person.
Listen, at this point, I don't give a shit. You know, that's you can't have. You know, I don't know the details until I find out the details. You know, it's the same people that said that Jalen Hurts, you know, was at odds in the locker room with his players. Half of this shit is bullshit. And we got to sniff it out and move on. It is what it is. I don't know what it
but it is true though, Brian. Dak Prescott fans are holding on for dear life. We're at the end of the line here. That's why I'm getting excited, because I think change is coming here in the next year or two.
Wade, here's the deal, right? You say that, and I agree with you, which was surprising that they're so willing to add all this talent around him, because that really puts the bullseye on number 4. Does it not?
Yeah.
Because if you don't go out and get a number 1, well, CD's getting doubled. You know, our organization didn't do this and didn't do that. You know, so
yeah, and I don't like how they comparing. Oh, he has similar numbers to Peyton Manning. I was like, I never saw Peyton Manning have a pedestrian season up until he retired. So
I think
I'm just saying, like, everyone comparing like the numbers between Dak and Peyton. I'm just saying, I watched Peyton Manning's entire career. That man did not have one garbage season until he retired.
Yes, and Ultra Cowboy brings up something, and I would bring this up to you, Wade. I know you don't want to wait, and I get it. I get your sentiment, but I want to keep every.
Talking about waiting for a quarterback, or
I want to keep every draft
Be a
pick.
long wait.
I don't want to give away a 4th.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to be able to trade out next year, setting up for 2026. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because what's his name's not coming out next year. It's the year after. It's the 2026 season.
You're talking about Arch Manning.
2027.
He can have
draft.
it early, but it's a chance if he gets out.
I don't want to give up any assets, man. I just don't. Unless you're telling me we can give up a 5th, I'll give up a 5th. Who the hell are you getting for a 5th?
The Cowboys, trust me, they can move up. That's the thing. We saw Jacksonville move up. It cost them a lot. But if the Cowboys had to give up the farm to get up to like the top spot to draft a quarterback, they could. They just had to give up a shitload.
Yeah.
Walker, you also think the Eagles could do the same thing, and they got a shitload of picks.
Speaking of the Eagles, you know, I was reading an article today. Howie Roseman explaining. Now, again, this is the 2nd year in a row that the guy that he wanted fell to him. So that it worked out. And it's not always going to work out. But Howie Roseman basically admitted that nobody wants to trade with him. He was desperately trying to trade up. Desperately. And he did a small move. But nobody wants to trade with him right now. They're tired to get taken. But he got his guy anyway, Jihad Campbell, so it don't matter. So it is what it is. All right, we got a full house. What are you doing today, Wade? Like, where are you at?
Right here in Terrell, raining.
Is it raining? Yeah, it's overcast here, but it's not raining.
It's raining over here.
So, Wade, what did you think of my video yesterday that I sent you? I sent it to Mark. He was
pretty
laughing.
good.
I told him, I said, when I'm in the mood to bury some Eagles, don't slow me down.
Yeah.
F them birds. I was in my jacuzzi hot tub. I'll send it to you, Rob. Rob, I'll send it to you now. Let me know what you think. You ready, Rob? Here it comes, brother. Here it comes. I may have had a drink or two, but, you know, here you go. Let's see.
You're going to play that background music, sexy, I know it.
Look, I'm starting to get excited because the team's changing, and I don't think Dak's got long left.
Every
I'm not saying I hate Dak. I'm not saying I hate Dak, but I just
every fucking
but if you
time
bring
I-
that out to the universe, something happens.
Wait.
You can't bring that out to the universe.
Wait.
You gotta think positive.
Wait, how come every time you're on here, you go to Dak? Do you have anything else positive to say?
I don't know. It's a decade in, I'm kind of
Decade in. Here we go.
I think I've been pretty positive here.
FYI.
Oh,
FYI.
the team's been good, but Dak,
Let me
if you
just
get
give
hurt,
you a little
it's
hint.
over.
If you do your own channel, you can't shit on Dak because that's going to piss off a lot of people all the time. You can't
Not
do
me.
it.
Okay. Everybody, I'm gonna start
You'll
my
have
own
a
channel
room
here
full
in
of
the next
Eagle
month or
fans,
two.
Commander fans.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna start live streaming and talking shit about Dak Prescott.
God knows you got enough ammo.
Jay Smooth, Dallas needs to play Hunter
I got 10
Lepke
years of ammunition.
more. I agree. I love Hunter Lepke. You know that, Jay Smooth, and he's more of a running back than he is an H. He's a good H back. See. What's up, Chris Dooley? Wade is a truth teller. They love you, the fans of other teams.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a whole bunch of Eagle fans and
Let me
New York
ask you
Giant fans
something.
on your
Wade
team.
I'm
Foreman.
literally gonna have every
I
other.
never
I'm gonna
said
have every
that, Drew.
NFC East team in my. Every NFC East fan's gonna be in my channel
And-
except for Cowboys
Walker, I'll
fans.
be,
Yeah, you
I'll
won't
be
have
your,
a
what you
Cowboy
call it,
fan.
your bouncer, the moderator.
Hey, Drew. Mark can't even. Mark has a hard time like pronouncing Flournoy. So just move on to like, one of the Jalen's. Jay Smooth, I hear Shoddy loves Lepke, but he could be in some tight end packages. Clemente, again, we'll see. Yeah, here we go. Drew, Wade is a definite truth teller. They all love you here. They love you.
I
We're not
try to be a
worthy.
truth teller.
We're
Oh,
not
Just
Ultra.
worthy.
subscribe when he makes his
Ultra.
attitude.
Yeah, well, actually, Ultra reached out to me too. Said
Tired.
Wade's good for the channel. You guys are like oil and water sometimes, but Ultra and I are the same age, so you got to understand, Wade. Ultra and I have seen the shit show, right? We were just little babies when at least my father was upset. I do remember I don't remember the winning against the Broncos or the Miami Dolphins. I remember losing to the Steelers, right, Wade? So I was
Yes.
5 and 7 years old. I do remember. That's how much of a fan my dad, an older brother, was of the Cowboys. And I went my whole life until I was, I guess, 21 when I went to Dallas in 92, the old Texas Stadium in Irving. And that was the year that they won a Super Bowl. And then after that, I would go to Philly. We would stay at the team hotel. We got to enjoy all three of those Super Bowls. Now, my brother only saw the one. He passed away shortly after the 92. But I remember 93 and 95. I was there. I lived it. You didn't see all that. Ultra, we've been to the top. Yes, we
Yeah,
Oh,
people aren't
that-
understanding
how's that? Is that
and we
better?
still did okay.
No, you're still
We
good.
almost heard you.
Are we good
But
now?
look what happened.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I could hear
Thumbs
you.
up.
I could hear you, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Let me know in the chat if we're good. Every once in a while, this like decides to do an update in the middle of the stream. So I don't know what you guys
Oh.
heard. That dude,
Sounds like a
Rollo,
Yeah.
Momo
what's up,
virus.
brother?
Momo virus.
D'Angelo
Yeah, I don't
Cranston,
know if
what's
the
up, brother?
audio is
The Momo
okay.
virus.
I can't hear anyone in the chat saying. Okay, yeah,
Okay,
no, yeah,
good.
Brian, you faded away. I was like, it's time to start hating on Dak. I'm taking over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
It's take over time.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. You can take
Time
over.
to start
I'll come back,
counting
I'll have
down when he's
fucking-
about to blow out that game. Time to start counting down when he's about to blow out that leg. I'm counting down.
Oh yeah.
I'll come
gonna be
back. I'll
Peg-
have
Peg leg
10,000
Pete.
less subscribers. I'll have people fucking jumping off the bridge. The mic malfunction.
Or it could be the
like
opposite.
Momo.
Or it could be the opposite. You could be game 10.
Chris Dooley, how can anyone argue with Wade? Hell, just go to your
I'm
nearest
gonna
truck
have
stop.
to start making T-shirts that say "fresh off the bone" or "meat off the bone" or something.
Aren't you
Ooh,
rooting
I'll
for
get
him
one.
now? See, that's the one thing. Ultra and Wade
Nope.
are at odds when it comes to Dallas
got you.
and like cheering, but they are on the same page when it comes to Dak Prescott. You guys are
Hell
brothers
yeah.
in arms when it comes to Prescott.
I'm the black sheep of the brothers.
Look, on
Oh,
game day,
God.
I will be saying,
Well,
fuck
you're not
the
a Cowboy
Eagles,
fan.
but
It's different.
off season, look, on game day, I'm riding with the Cowboys. I watch every play. I die for the Cowboys, but during the off season, I'll give them. I got to give them a little. Got to give them a little pushback, because Jerry's been giving me hell for quite some time.
Don't let us. Hey, just
I mean,
He's
Jerry
kinda being
just
that big brother
lied.
love.
We got all these. Hey, hold on. Jerry
Is
just
Thomas
said
in
like
the
about a
house?
week ago, we got all these trades in the works. Got all these trades in the works. What trades, Jerry? What are you talking about?
he's trading.
Bro, I knew that was a lie.
I don't know if it was a lie. I just think that
Trading wives or what? You're gonna go
Hey,
trade
Walker.
for someone's wife?
he's trading
Wade,
side pieces.
Watch
What's
the
up,
prices go
Isaac?
What's
up.
up?
Watch the prices go up.
Whatever.
He's going
Yeah.
to Belichick and asking, hey, do you want to switch real quick?
You want to drive the milk truck, D'Angelo? Okay, you got it, bro.
Viagra.
What's
Damn,
going on,
someone said.
Gino and Joseph? How are you? Eagles fan here. Go Birds. There you go. Welcome. Yeah, we hope that you have a mediocre
Eagles
year.
fan, go Birds.
We hope you stay
Still bird
healthy.
right into that.
Oh,
brick wall.
trust me, I do hope the Eagles have a very bad year. I hope they go like 4-fucking 13. That'd be
You had to
wonderful.
add it up for a second because there's no longer
Good
4-12. You had to mid.
Yeah, yes, I'm thinking 4-12. That's not,
4-12.
NFL's jacked up now. NFL's jacked.
Yeah, let's go with an
there'll be
odd
people jumping
number.
off. There will be people
Screwing
jumping
up
off
the
bridges.
integrity of the game.
All right, so let's get into it. I'm excited about this latest little bit of news. We all know that the draft is in Pittsburgh this upcoming year. Okay, now that's not a big deal, but it's like a 5.5
Only been in
hour
Green
drive
Bay.
from me. So I like Pittsburgh. It's a small little town. It'll be good. Next year, in 2 years, it's coming to Washington, D.C. Yes. So it's going to be a party over Mark's house. It's a short 20-minute drive from his house to the Capitol building. Maybe depending on traffic. It's obviously longer, but normal 20-minute ride. What a party is going to be on the mall over there.
Wow.
That's going to be fun. So in 2 years, it's going to be a big party in D.C. for the NFL draft. So these are good times on the horizon. So I'm looking forward to that. Vinny Hagan says, Vinny, ticket prices are going up at AT&T. So, Wade, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, big guy?
Bruce said, I'm not a Dak sexual.
A tag flex.
I'm not a Dak sexual either. I root for the star. I don't root for really any players. I'm a running back guy. I mean,
Price is going up at Jerry World.
Yeah, I have Dorsett.
Told you. Didn't I call that Walker? I told you it was going to go up.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Let's give out a shit
Already,
product.
it's already $15 for a beer.
Let's give out a shit product and raise prices. Nice. Maybe you should lower prices until you win 2 playoff games in one season. How's that? No fly zone coming, says Jay Smooth. Linda Conyers, welcome. How are you, Linda? It's always good to have a lady in the house. What's up, Ken Armstrong? Jerry asking other teams for a Charizard. Yeah. He's trying to trade the Pokemon. That's what he's trying to, trade Pokemon. Oh, sorry, Drew. I missed your super chat.
First edition hot Charizard.
Wade is not a Dak sexual. Talk your talk, Wade. See? They love you, Wade. I told Wade I would help him with a super. I would help him with his YouTube channel.
I heard that.
Just know that I will sabotage him at every opportunity, like he does.
He can come and do that.
I will fucking bury.
Eagles fans are welcome. Giants, Redskins. We're not calling them the Commanders on my channel.
Well,
We're
the
calling them
Redskins. We call him
I like
call him
that.
Wade Walker.
I like that.
For Momo, we'll call him the Foreskins.
The lot lizards,
Redskins.
dude. I think you should do.
Lot lizards.
I think you should do a stream from like the parking lot and just show.
We'll do live strings from truck stops,
and you'll
the
just see
Star
women
in
like
Frisco.
going from truck to truck. You know, you don't have. I mean, obviously you can't partake, but you could kind of give. You know,
We can
remember?
go to the Star in Frisco.
I don't know if anybody used to. I used to work in Atlantic City, so I'm about a half hour from AC. They used to have the show on HBO, Hookers at the Point. And,
Oh yeah,
and they would follow these, you know, basically
Lizards.
zombies walking
Do
down
a-
Pacific Avenue.
yeah. They would
do a live stream from Bucky's.
Live stream.
HBO had something like that.
We're
It
stuck.
was really like a documentary.
Yeah.
Actually,
they
that's
do.
what I should do every Saturday morning. Live stream from Golden Corral.
dude, that would be good. That
Live
would be
stream
good.
from Golden Corral.
See, you got
Just no live neck breaking action. You know what I mean?
so yeah. Let's go around. Let's see. Eagles fans, I know you're upset.
Set up that camera right in front of the chocolate fountain.
Britton Covey has just been signed by the Rams. Britton Covey is gone. I know you guys are upset. Just curious, who you guys gonna have returning kicks and stuff? Karen DeGuy, just continue.
Let me try.
Just curious, how old is Jerry? It makes me drink. What do you think I'm doing now, Karen? This is a Diet Coke and vanilla. This is vanilla flavored dark rum. That's what I'm
Nice.
drinking right now. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's almost 5.
Yep.
4:30 here.
120
Yeah.
over here, or 127.
Yeah.
427.
Where the hell did my Sharpie go? That's all right. I'll use this. Thanks, Karen. Appreciate it, Karen. You're in the hopper as well. But yeah. Who remembers Emmanuel in space? You got me, Ken.
Oh, that's way out there back in the day.
Gino
in
and
the 70s.
Joseph says Jalen gets so much hate. He got a Super Bowl ring, so there's nothing nobody can say. No, Gino, I'm a Cowboy fan, and I could tell you, Aikman gets hate, right? And when some of these Dak sexuals like want to rip a guy who's 3 for 3 and winning Super Bowls, and I think even I would say a guy like Rob A. I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb. I could look foolish here, but I would say Rob would tell you what a talent he was and that he could have played in any system, but they asked him to play in that system and he made it work. I think Aikman could have played in any system early on in his career before the Eagles beat him into the Veterans Stadium, which I was at most of those games. He was very mobile. Again, I root for Dak, but Aikman, like we start comparing numbers, and it's not apples to apples. It's not. Anyway, Aikman gets zero hate from me. Linda, that's what I'm saying. You saw him take the beating, and
That's
yet,
what I'm saying.
what did he do? He just stayed there. He kept his mouth shut. He put up with all the BS, and Wade was there. I mean, well, he was an itch, but he knows his history. He knows that the White House, and you think Aikman was at the White House? Hell no. Aikman was betting down Lori Morgan.
I know a lot about the Cowboys, Law Nation, and all them. Yeah, they love the Cowboys, but if I put them on the spot about playoff games
What's
and
up,
what
Miguel?
Super
How
Bowls
are
we
ya?
were in, what year, and all that, I might put them in the spot, bad spot.
Hey, well, Walker, just Aikman was the type that he would grip up the player and cursing them hell out.
There's
right
a
then and there,
reason
right on
why,
the field.
guys. There's a reason why Troy looks the way he does. He's heavily medicated because he had basically traumatic.
Troy's in hellish shape still.
No, but
Oh,
his
yeah.
brain, he's on record as saying he has well over 45 concussions playing in the NFL. 45.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay,
Sure.
that was when they didn't have a blue tent. They didn't
Brett
have a
Favre,
blue
I'm
tent.
pretty sure, has plenty of concussions.
Shake it
too.
off, kid.
Yeah.
You got this. Go back in the
Again,
game.
I'm not here to say, oh, he's the best. I'm just saying, for those of you who want to crap on Aikman because his numbers aren't through the roof,
His
Okay.
playoff, go look at his playoff
Hmm.
numbers. Like that's not even talking about wins. His playoff like touchdown to interception ratio and like numbers is
Ultra's
insane.
right.
Those days they grip you up and say, how many things you see Thursday? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm not to get off on a tangent, but yeah. So, getting back to your comment, Ken, you're not going to get.
That's what Jalen kind
not
of
gonna
reminds me
hear
of.
me
He's just efficient.
Yeah, you're not going to hear me crap on Jalen. Do I think? I don't know that Troy could have carried a team, and that's a guy who won three. That's a guy who won 3 Super Bowls. So when I say I don't think Jalen could carry a team, I'm not slamming him. I'm comparing him. I mean, he has to do more to be on Troy's level, but I'm basically saying, he's a money quarterback.
Yeah.
That's all. He's
What
money.
Troy was just good at is just being a leader and not making bad decisions in critical moments in playoff games. That's what he was really good at.
You know who else was good at that? Was
same thing. Jalen Hurts.
Jim Plunkett was the same type of guy. He wasn't the best quarterback, but man,
no, he was a Heisman Trophy winner. But damn, he sucked.
But you know what I mean. He
just caught lightning in a bottle 2 seasons. But yeah, he was bad. He has bad numbers.
Well, Wade, another one too, guys. Joe Theismann, he took licks.
I'm actually related to Joe Theismann in a roundabout way.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
But
we don't.
Jim Plunkett is the only quarterback in the 80s out of the AFC to win a Super Bowl because the NFC was so dominant.
Well, the Raiders were
Oakland Raiders were
then.
the only. Yeah, the Raiders were the only team to win a Super Bowl in the 80s at the AFC.
It was that damn defense they had. Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Yeah,
they beat the Redskins. Were like 14-2 that season when they beat the Raiders. Raiders beat the Redskins. They were like 14-2.
Oh man, Matt Stafford finalizes details of new contract. So Matt Stafford basically is going to play this year and next year, and that's probably it. And that's probably what it should be. But yeah, Matt
he had a damn good year. He almost that was a tough game against him and the Eagles.
I will say that was the best game of the playoffs from my money.
Oh yeah, that could have went either way.
And you got to give the Rams a lot of credit because they're a warm weather team, dome team, and it was nasty here. It was snowing.
It's crazy when you think about it. It's crazy when you think about it, Brian.
What's that?
They won the Super Bowl, tore down, rebuilt, and they almost literally beat the Eagles to go to another Super Bowl. And then Jerry and Steven talking about money and you can't do this and that.
We call that coaching, Wade. He's a hell of a
They got a good coaching staff, sure.
Exactly.
Everybody would say Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford's good, but he ain't great. They didn't have a number one. I mean, they had. I don't know. Let's analyze it. I mean, they lost Aaron Donald. They had.
Well, if Aaron Donald would have stayed, he might have put them over the top.
Cooper Kupp was kind of hurt.
And the Cooper Kupp
was hurt.
Yeah, they had the running back.
Cam Stafford was serviceable.
So, Mouse, Jalen don't have Lamar Allen, Mahomes type of talent, but he will outplay and win any of them head to head. Mouse, I'm not going to argue. I do think that defense. Ultimately, I know Drew hates when I say that the football is a team game. But
it's a team game. That's
really did kill
and Mouse. That's the thing. He reminds me of Troy Aikman, though.
Mouse, did you get your stuff yet? Let me know, Mouse.
We were not saying that Jalen is Troy, but he's efficient in the playoffs and he's reliable. He's steady. He doesn't fold under pressure. Same thing, Troy. Troy was good at. Yeah, that's the thing is he outplayed Brett Favre, and Brett Favre was the MVP that year too. So.
They both had good coaches, though.
Good quarterback.
All right, Aaron Rodgers should have won 2 at least, but he choked.
All right, my next question to you guys, these are facts here. Okay, last year, let me read off the playoff teams to everybody. Yes, I'm wearing the shirt. All right, Mouse, thank you. I appreciate your support. Lions finished with the 1 seed. Lions made the playoffs last year. Do we think the Lions are going to make the playoffs again?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, most definitely. They were injured.
I think they're coming out the north.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to skip the local team. We'll come back to now. We'll go with the Eagles. Number 2 seed last year. Lions were 15-2, by the way. Eagles were 14-3. Eagles made the playoffs. Are they making the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, the Buccaneers. They were 10-7, but they were the 3rd seed.
No.
No. Oh, all right.
All right, well, let's look at the
Absolutely.
division then. Who in that division is going to win? You got Carolina. Are they beating the Bucs? No. Is the Saints beating the Bucs? I say no, but I don't know. Am I
It's a
wrong?
possibility.
Well, okay. Who's their quarterback?
We don't know yet.
I mean, I'm asking you. I don't know who's their
Is
quarterback.
it Shucks?
You
Is
got
it
David
Shucks?
Carr or
Yeah,
whatever,
Shuck.
whatever his name is. I
Carr's
always get him.
hurt. It might be Shuck.
Is it David Carr or Derek Carr?
And David Carr is
Derek
Derek
Carr.
Carr. Derek Carr is hurt.
Allegedly injured.
You
Yeah.
got Derek Carr and you got a rookie, right?
Yeah, Shucks or something like that.
Okay. So again, and then who else do you have in that division? You have Atlanta Falcons. Okay, that's a
Hey.
possibility.
Maybe,
That's
but
They came close. They came
You got
close.
New Orleans, Carolina, Tampa, Atlanta. I mean, that's not a great. I would say one of those teams are going to come out. We're just spitballing.
Well, they got
we're
Mike
trying
Evans
to find the
and,
two
you know, they
teams
got
that
great
aren't going to
wide
make the playoffs. There's normally 2 teams, right, that make it that don't make it the next year. The Rams. Okay, Rams were 10-7. They won. You figure you got the Rams, you got the Cardinals, you got the 49ers, and you have who am I forgetting? Rams, Cardinals, 49ers, Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
Hurts from Alabama. They drafted Bama. Yes, Karen. They are smart and draft from big schools because they know they play good talent.
I could say yeah on the Rams, yeah.
So
yeah,
Rams,
I agree on the Rams.
but
Because 49ers on a rebuilding year. And if
And Seattle's
those
not
guys
going
do
nowhere.
okay,
I
maybe
don't
the
know. I kind of
49ers.
think Seattle's a dark horse
Oh,
myself.
maybe Seattle, but if Sam Donald does good over there.
I think if Stafford
what I
goes
mean.
down, they could. I mean, I don't know, but that's okay.
Got good coaching over there in the Rams.
You
Yeah, they
got the
do.
Vikings finished 5th.
They're not.
Well, let me finish my thought.
Mhm.
They finished 5th. They were 14-3, but now they're turning over the reins to J.J. McCarthy, who's basically a rookie. So
They're
are
throwing the
they
dice
going
on
to
that
win?
one.
I mean, are they going to make the playoffs? You got Chicago,
Mm-mm.
Detroit.
Not with-
We've already established. Green Bay. This might be the best division in the NFC, and then Minnesota. Maybe.
I would
I don't
mean,
know. We got new
say
coaches.
Green
They
Bay
got some
has a
have new
good chance
coaches.
this year.
I would
Green
say
Bay?
Chicago has a good chance. I don't know. I'm feeling Bears this year. Why? I don't know. I just feel like excitement, but I don't know the Vikings do. Number 6 seed. This was an interesting one because I know we got we got Chris Dooley in the house. I know where he's going to sit. We got the Commanders that were 12-5, right?
Oh God.
They're number 6 last year in the playoffs. You got Dallas. You can say whatever you want. Dallas will be better than they were last year. Book it. Guaranteed. Sorry.
Oh.
In my opinion, in my humble opinion. Dallas, Eagles. We know how good the Eagles are. The Giants. We keep hearing how great the Giants are. Jesse, how good are the Giants going to be this year record-wise, knowing who we play? We play the AFC West, correct?
Exactly, and that's scary. That kind of worries me. But at the same time, I haven't seen my
I
team on the
didn't say they
gridiron.
weren't, Chris. I'm not a hater. I'm posing a question here.
Yeah, my team right now is looks good and looks fine on
Cheers.
paper. Play on the gridiron. I want to see it, but we're not going to a Super Bowl. I mean, probably won't even make it to the playoffs.
I'll make a
we're
drink
He
then
rebuilding.
can
real
carry
quick,
it, Drew.
cheekers.
He could definitely carry the jock. Yes, he could. Definitely can carry it. So I would just say, Commander fans, you have a rough road this year, in my opinion. You only had 5 draft picks. I liked Trey Amos. I mean, I liked him. We'll see about Josh Connerly. We'll see about Laramie Tunsil. We'll see about Debo. But
No
you know.
defense.
we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to be a tougher year this year, but you may. I'm not saying you're not. I think if Washington is a team to watch to just to come back a little bit. You saw what happened to C.J. Stroud, as Mark Holmes would say. C.J. Stroud. So, we got Washington. Now, we're hearing in a chat by Chris Dooley that 3 out of the 4 teams in the NFC East are going to make. I don't know that happens. I think that's a lot. I think you make it 2. I don't know that you'll get 3. If it's 3, then that's fine. And then the last team to make the playoffs was 11-6 was the Packers. I think we all agree the Packers are a solid football team that, barring major injury to Jordan Love, are going to be in the mix.
Exactly.
They always start out slow. We don't say that they're going to suck for the whole year, like some people. But we'll see. But usually 2 of these teams will not be there: Lions, Eagles, Buccaneers, Rams, Vikings, Commanders, Packers. My 2 teams right now probably will be Vikings and Commandos if I had to pick. But I'm not rooting against you. I'm just telling you my humble opinion. I think those teams may not make it. So, Jesse,
Sir.
what would the Giants, what would make you happy? I just want everybody to understand you could be a way better team and your record not necessarily reflect it. I do believe you'll have more wins than last year, obviously. But your record may not be as much as you would want, but you could be a lot better. And I think that's going to be the case. What would be a good year record-wise for you?
For me,
I mean,
at least keeping a
keep it real
decent,
here.
keep it real. Please, I just ask them, don't
7?
be an embarrassment. Like 8, 9, maybe 8.
Ooh.
I'll say 8.
I would say 8 is probably top end, but 9 would be incredible. I would say
That's what I would go for. 9.
You give me 7 wins, 8 wins out of a rookie, a quarterback, because I would imagine Jack. I mean, I don't know. Who thinks that Russell's going to start the whole year? Is that possible? I think Russell starts the season, but
Possibility.
I think he starts the first 5 or 6 games, and then Dart will come in.
Probably. They're an experiment. Right now, my team's in experiment mode. They want to see how the hell this team clicks. We won't know until the actual season starts.
Cheers, Brian.
Cheers, brother. Cheers. We will see. Karen, the Eagles will still be a good team. Yeah, Eagles are going to be good. Anybody that says Eagles are not going to be good.
Eagles going to be good this year.
They're going to be competition.
Now, I don't know.
Bruce said we're going to be 7-10 this year.
Yeah, I heard you. I was trying to ignore it. Thank you.
I was trying to ignore it.
God, here we go.
God damn, Chris.
Drew, that
I don't know. Drew. I don't know. Can you give us 9-8, Drew?
No, because then that would mean he would. If he gave him 8, he would lose the bet.
Can you give us 9-8?
I think 9's a good number, actually. 9's the number.
Number 9?
I think 9 or 10 is where you're looking at.
Can you give us 9-8 and 2 of those wins? We sweep y'all this year, maybe.
If we sweep the Eagles, I'm just on record now. All this sweep talk by Philly, and they're not talking sweeping the Cowboys. They're talking about sweeping out the division.
Pulling out the dustpan, huh?
But hey, I like the confidence. But anyway, let's move it along here. Now we talked NFC. We really don't need to go AFC. Right? Do we? Nah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. But yeah, there's going to be a couple of these teams not make the playoffs. Let's just hope it's not you, Birds. Let's hope you don't have an injury-riddled season, and then you say, "Wow, it was injuries." Yeah, no, I mean, I wish nothing but the best for you. So yeah, I mean, we'll see about that. Looking around the league here, Ravens. Decision on kicker job to be football call. Yeah, okay. Who believes for 1 second that they're gonna make that an actual football decision? Tucker is out. He's gone.
Yeah,
he's done.
He's gonna be gone.
He'll be lucky if he's in the Canadian League.
There you go, Chris Dooley. 8 wins. I'll take the $100. Ultra Cowboy. Pour some Alka-Seltzer for Pigeon fans. F. Drew. Bingo.
Touchdown.
Hey, good go. Oh, sorry.
Kaboom. That's all I'm gonna say is kaboom.
So yeah, I'm looking
You know,
forward to
Brian,
it though. What's up, Thomas?
You
How
know,
you been,
Brian,
man?
I think Tuck is gone because they did draft the kicker in the draft
You
early.
don't draft a kicker,
They
not
drafted
the.
the kicker early.
What was it, the
I
sixth or
think
seventh
like the
round?
third or fourth.
Was it fourth?
You don't
I think
draft a damn
seven?
kicker, not to keep him, right?
Yeah, I thought it was 7 or 6. Yeah.
Justin Tucker's dead man
Oh.
walking.
Yeah, I thought it was something like the early to mid rounds they drafted that
You
kicker.
know how these kickers go,
They drafted the
Thomas.
kicker.
Well, Moody was picked on
yeah,
our
yeah.
49ers in 3.
Oh, that
Thomas, you
reminds
can
me.
get-
Yeah, I know how the shit go. You know, if you're an all pro and you get in trouble like Justin Tucker did, and then they draft a kicker in your position. Oh yeah, like you said, he's dead man walking.
Man, Thomas,
He's a goner.
Thomas, you can get somebody from Major League Soccer to kick.
Yeah.
Are you off today,
Yeah.
Jesse?
Hey, don't copy what we did.
Yeah, I'm off today.
Cool. Jay Smooth. Hey, game time. I'm keeping it real. I hate them Philly chickens. I hear you, man. Again, you gotta like separate it. Keep the main thing, and there should not be no surprises. I got you, Mouse. Linda, Super Bowl champion fans need no Alka-Seltzer. Drew, honeymoon over after the draft. It's on. Yeah.
It's
Again,
on.
that's how
It's
it
a
should be,
new
right?
clean slate.
Drew,
That's a
you
whole
of
new
all
season,
people.
yeah.
Drew, you of all people should welcome it as hard as you are on me and my fellow Cowboy fans. Okay. So you should
Drew,
there's no
Drew,
sympathy there, Drew, because you don't offer us any. Come to
Nope.
DC, Tucker. Chris Dooley, he's dead man walking. But I would warn you, once these kickers go south, it goes south quick. You know, once you saw what we had, who Chris
Yips.
Bonio. We had Chris Bonio.
Yep.
We had
Brett the Fret.
who was our latest kicker? Who was the guy that Dan
We
Bailey?
had
Dan Bailey.
Dan Bailey.
Everybody
Brett the
loved
Fred.
Dan
Dan
Bailey.
Bailey. Yep.
And then all of a sudden, he started seeing ghosts out there in front of the goalposts.
You know, what was that one we had
Well-
in 07? I forgot his name. He went on. He played a long time.
07.
07, 08.
Dan-
yeah.
Remember our punter, Matt McBriar? He was an amazing punter
Yeah, we had the guy who went to the Jets.
from Australia.
We had the guy who went to the Jets. Who was his name?
Oh, was it the Jets?
Folk
Okay,
or something. I thought it was Folk
Nick
or
Folk.
something like that. It was,
We had Nick
Nick
Folk.
Folk. Yeah.
And then we had a couple other ones too. We know how to find kickers.
Grammatica. Wait, was it Grammatica or what was it? The guy that
brought
fumbled
in-
the.
We brought in Grammatica for 1 year. I think it was the wrong Grammatica.
Drew-
though.
That was
Hey.
the 06. That was the 06 fumble year.
It was the wrong Grammatica.
Tony Romo.
One thing, Drew, remember your kicker last year? He was choking like crazy. Remember?
Elliott. Or-
Yeah, Lynn. Yeah, it's Jake Elliott. I almost said Lynn Elliott. Jesus, but yeah, Jake Elliott. He settled down in the right time. Abdul Carter not taking Micah Parsons number 11 for the Giants because it's Phil Simms' number to game time. Sucks for him. Miguel Escobar. What's your guys' thought on these teams not allowing these rookies to have those numbers?
I'm perfectly fine with it.
I'm fine with it because someone else already earned
yeah.
it. They
Brett
already
Maher,
earned
yes. Chris Stolley, he was decent.
Maher, that's who it was. Maher, yeah.
Elliott had an injury.
Disrespect of asking
Angelo.
for Lawrence Taylor's number. You got to be
That's
insane.
bullshit. Yeah, your damn mind. That man, that jersey stays where it's supposed to be. Earn your damn
That's like
jersey.
coming
That's
to the
what you do.
Cowboys and asking for number 8 and
Damn,
22. I cannot
Jesse.
see another Cowboy wearing
Well, no,
22.
that's what
There's
Parson,
no
that's
way.
what Parson did. He earned 11. Now, what's his name wants to be 11 because of Parson? Come on.
Parson wanted Taylor's
This
number.
dude-
Hold on. So what do y'all think
Yeah,
with the
this-
players
been on
wearing
the-
whatever numbers they want? I kind of think they need to go back to the way it was where we had offensive, defensive numbers.
Yeah. Go back to the regular numbers.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
old
know how y'all
school.
feel
Go back.
about that, but I don't like my pass rusher wearing number 11. I kind of prefer him
That just
wearing
doesn't make sense. That's a quarterback number
know,
right there.
yeah, I just
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
it's kind of weird. Kind of
I
weird. It'd be like
I
my
don't know if
quarterback
that.
wearing number 50. That just don't look right.
Well,
I don't like
here's the
I don't
problem.
I don't like zero either.
Here's the problem. Once you allow wide receivers to be able to use 1, 2, like single digits, it screws everything up. I understand it looks
Yeah.
cool, but I like my wide receivers in the 80s, right? I like
Oh
my
yeah,
I
yeah,
like my
Oh,
tight
yeah.
ends, in the 80s and I guess what, maybe
Yeah.
40s,
yeah,
that's how kind of should be.
yeah.
Leave the single digits
Offensive
for
lines
your
usually
kickers.
70s.
Yeah, 50s,
Yeah, Mark
60s, and 70s.
Yeah, I like the
know.
80s too, because Mark Before was 89, if I'm
Yeah.
mistaken.
Leave the
Yeah,
the single
linebackers
digits
are in the
for
50s.
running backs. I don't know.
And safeties and cornerbacks
Yeah.
are usually the twos. They're usually
Yeah.
20, 21, 24. They're
20s,
usually
30s,
28.
and 40s. Yeah. Yep. So
They need to go back to that, but whatever.
they ain't
It
gonna
is what
do
it is.
that. They ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
So
They'll
now
probably
they
end
got
up with
you got easy wearing
-1.
41. How long is
Now,
that
the
gonna take?
one thing I don't like is the kickoff. I don't like how the positioning of it, because man, you 35-yard line, man, you complete one pass. Some of these teams are in field
Well,
goal
that
range, and
helps us.
one it just
That helps the
Turpin's gonna
Cowboys
run
as
the
much
hell
as
out of
anybody.
that, man. He's gonna move.
They're
But
gonna
that's
run that
good.
ball like it's gonna be like rugby.
But that's
The kickoff, it's too gladiator-like.
but that's sorry.
quit ruining the integrity of the game. That's all I'm saying.
It's the name behind the number. I know, Mark, but who the hell wants to see, like Azaraku wearing 41?
Yeah, it looks
I don't
weird. Well, I
I
don't
don't
want
know.
my offensive lineman wearing number 10, number
That doesn't make
3.
sense.
That just doesn't look right.
Big boys
It's all
need
about
big boy
selling
numbers.
jerseys, says Clemente.
That's what it is. It's about selling
NFL
jerseys,
is
making
just
money.
all about money. It's becoming ridiculous. It's becoming
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Oh, that's life though. That's everything. Everyone's trying to make money though.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I
true.
don't
That's
mind
not
money, but the NFL is going to make money regardless. It doesn't mean we need to change the integrity of the game so you can make
What's
more
going
money
on,
on
Willie
selling jerseys.
Vassar? How are you, brother?
I
No,
just hope to God that the NFL don't do something stupid in the near future that puts the NFL as a pay-per-view.
The Tide Church.
We
what's up?
had 2 shutouts last year. That's it. We had 2 shutouts. That's how much they're changing this game. Is we had 2 shutouts in the NFL last year. That's ridiculous. I don't know what y'all think about that. But
it is. I mean, I like the rule
that
better
just
this
just
year.
goes to show you the field position. The
I
kickoffs
like
are
it better
ruining it.
this year, Wade. At least there's one yard mark that they're going to start at. Last year was Mickey Mouse. Well, if it fell
Started
between-
off at the 20-yard line. Why can't we go back to the
No,
20-yard line?
And that's fine. If it's all that, that's fine. But how they did it last year? Well, if it falls in between the right zone, it goes to this. No, at least it's 1. It's 35, and it helps a team like the Cowboys. But I would also say it's a hindrance too, because you're going to rely on your kicker probably more than you should, right? Because you're going to be like, oh man. Well, it's
Don't
50,
target that person.
I mean, it's a 67-yard field goal, So we could maybe try and go for the first down and get it closer. Now, let's put our guy in there. And then if you miss, now they got the ball over the 50-yard line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22. But it ultimately helps Dallas. But we'll see how long that Aubrey's going to be this clutch and this good. He's a beast right now, but we'll see. You know how these kickers are. So it is what it is.
I don't know. I feel like 20-yard line is sufficient. I mean, that's how it was
What's
for
up, Chris
decades. I think
Wise?
it needs to go back to that.
I feel
we
good
lost
about
Bonk
Shoddy
also,
too,
right?
brother.
There's one other thing guys got to take into account too. They need to look at these referees together and figure out, because
Referees are
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
are getting
What's a
catch?
pedestrian
What's a
too.
tackle? What's a catch? I mean,
My question to you, Jesse. Okay, we're talking about a billion, not a million, $1 billion industry. It's the highest rated show on TV. Anything football, right?
Yeah, they don't
And
have
yet-
full-time referees, right?
We have
no, they
no.
don't.
We have
That's what I'm saying.
We have part-time referees. Is that
That's
a
ridiculous
Lawyers,
for a
George.
billion-dollar industry like this now.
That would be like having $1 billion industry, right? And not having your own tax department to do your own taxes. and
Yeah,
having
that's
to,
it,
and
it,
having to
it
take
makes
all
no
your shit to
sense.
H&R Block. You know what I mean?
And
It's
they
like,
don't
well, hold
have
up.
a union. They don't even have a union. I don't
It's
think.
absolutely embarrassing. And you know what it is? It's the owner's greed because they don't
Yep.
want to have guys getting health benefits. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
They don't want to have to pay health benefits. They don't want to have to do anything. This is greed, people.
They should pay health benefits past 3 years in the league for the rest of the life of the player.
Just look at what's his name? Harris, the owner of the New Jersey Devils, the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, Josh Harris? Oh, God. He's
Josh
such a slime
Harris, and now
ball.
the owner of the Washington Commandos. He wants
Good luck with
public
that, Momo.
funding for RFK, the new RFK stadium on the site of RFK. You want funding? You want not my tax. You want Mark Holmes's tax dollars to go up to line your billion-dollar pockets because you can?
Yeah.
F that. Hell no.
Now, I will say, out of all the franchises he owns, I guarantee he cares about Washington,
What's up,
the
Yeah,
Tommy?
he does.
Washington football team more than any of the others because he grew up a Washington Redskins fan.
He's
NFL will
throwing
use
assistants under the
cameras, not
bus.
chains, to determine first downs. That's going to be a shit show, Tommy. I honestly think
wait.
that's going to be a shit show.
Oh, yeah, that AI chain.
I would definitely use that as a tool, but it better not be. I mean, that's going to be an absolute joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
I
a lot
know
of
that,
things they're
Rob.
dancing around with. It's just kind of just like, hey, we're getting a little bit over the top here, guys.
What's the matter?
We got to stop this.
What?
They're gonna get. We're gonna
No,
be
I'm just
old
talking
and
about the NFL. They're just dancing and all sorts of shit. They're changing this, changing that. Numbers changing. The plays are changing. Field positions changing. I mean, they're changing just
What's
everything.
up, Ty Church?
They
How are you, man?
they got an odd number schedule. We got an odd number games. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know, 18 is coming. Why not just do it now?
Should have
And-
just came already.
Yeah, should have been had it.
Pause.
Preseason is nothing. Preseason is like what?
Let's have 18 games and 2 buys. Let's get it
Yeah.
done. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh, let me do it, man. Get it over
and
with.
expand the roster from 53 to 60-man roster. If you're going to add another,
Yeah.
if they're going to go to 20 games a year, which I think they will, you need to go to 60-man rosters.
And not only that, you might as well go ahead on and add a couple of teams. Expand a couple of more
Oh,
teams.
no.
over with.
That's way too much. Way too much. It's ridiculous now. I mean, you got teams there that have been sucking since they first were started.
Oh, but I'm all for expanding the roster. If you're going to expand like the NFL season, you need to expand the NFL roster.
Yeah.
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 But
The
one good thing
drama
they
of
did
it
do
makes
though,
it great. Well,
they did fix the overtime situation because that was just ridiculous.
I mean, what's the chat think? And you guys, what does everybody think about playing overseas, right? And guaranteeing these.
No.
I mean, listen,
I don't like it.
like I don't like it, but I understand it. I would rather do what they're doing now rather than. All right, so let me ask you this: are you okay with keeping it the way it is and maybe expand it a little bit, or would you
Jojo.
rather just have them have a team that's centralized over in London?
They should just stay in the U.S. The world is
Stay in the
dominated
US.
by because World League Soccer. I mean, Major League Soccer. It's all over the fucking world. They got that. We keep our world. We belong in the U.S. Keep it in the U.S. It's not fair to the players. It's not fair to their families, friends, whatever they go.
Fan base, we have to travel over there.
Yeah. So keep it as it is. Why break something that's not? Why try to fix something that's not broken?
The
You know what I mean?
wrestling is different, soccer is different, all that's different. Like, wait,
Yeah.
The pigeon's war call is a fart.
There comes a point where you just get too big and it starts
Touche.
getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it is what it is.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
I mean, but
Yeah.
you know, the owners don't give a damn what we got to say. But
They don't
Yeah.
care, and it's not much going to change. But what little we think we have control of, we're losing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We can't even expect to have. You know, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not crying, but we can't even expect to have a football on. You know, on a holiday, we got to have a streaming service. Now I do, but not everybody does.
yeah, if they start going to the point where we got to pay pay-per-views and shit, man, they
That's
got to
what.
stop.
That's what I'm
we're
so
we're
worried
crossing the
about.
line
That.
here.
So what if?
Yeah, for sure.
So what if? Hey Joe, how are you? What if I say?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. What if I say that the Super Bowl, NFL will eventually be on like a Netflix, right?
Oh
Let's-
Jesus!
I'd be pissed.
I
I'm
actually
done.
wouldn't mind it, but because I have Netflix. But what do you think? But you know what's going to happen, right? What do you think's going to happen to Netflix if that were to happen? Just I don't
But you
know.
also, I think, you also have to have
Price
good
will go up.
internet. You have to have,
Exactly, Joe. The price
Yeah.
is going to go through the roof.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Good thing for
problem.
me, I live here in Dallas. I'm gonna get local broadcasting.
I'll go to a bar. I'll just I'll go back to my old ways.
I'll just go nearest dive.
But anyway. Wade, the lot lizards will
Netflix is already
pay
going on.
your pay-per-view.
Nah, if that's the case, the lot lizard's going to charge more.
You get
Everything else going up or going up.
just take your antibiotics and have them pay for your pay-per-view. Everything will be fine.
Yep.
So yeah, we're headed that way. NFL is going to pay-per-view, says Jimbo, and it sucks, man, because I don't know that it'll ever be. I don't know that it'll ever be ultimately pay-per-view, but it's to me, it just sucks. that
Trending.
It's
trending that
definitely
way.
going that way.
Yeah.
And all that's doing is raising the prices of everything, which kind of sucks, you know. So,
Netflix is already like $23 or $24.
Yep.
remember when we first got Netflix and it was like, oh man, there's no commercials. Now there's
Yeah.
commercials.
They send the DVDs.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yo, game time. The price of Fire Sticks is going to go up.
Yeah, I haven't had a Fire Stick in quite some time, but I might be.
They still work.
I know.
They still work.
I got one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
You know what my problem was? I was having
I'm
it.
with Jesse there.
I have it like in the back of the, when they had Cody on it, and it was always a pain in the ass. I always had to update my Cody. And it was, I would always hate not being able to watch it right away, or so. We'll see. I know Loyal uses a Fire box. He gets a box off of Amazon. It's already done. It's like $2 something, and he gets everything. So it's.
I got to talk to Loyal, man.
Yeah, I mean, I could send you the link. It's I
Yeah.
haven't bought one, but ultimately, but
I think
but
Phil
eventually-
bought one, right?
Yeah, Phil
think-
got one
yeah.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget what they
Long time
called
Yeah,
it.
send me
but-
the link, Brian. Send me the
yeah,
link.
I'll
'cause
have
I
to
mean,
find it. I had it.
Comcast was trying to charge me $300 a month. I'm like,
Well,
oh my God.
I would definitely. We've had it all here. We finally got rid of all of our cable. The only thing we have here is because my wife's business or her jobs, and we need to have good internet now that I'm finally hardwired. I'm golden here now. Remember, it used to be broke ass. I would be in and out all the time, but now I'm hardwired. But we pay internet, and it's pricey, but
Same
it's
here. I got Verizon.
it's the best possible, and we don't have fiber optic here, so it's the best possible line. But it's it seems to be good. That's all we pay anymore. We don't. I use YouTube TV. I used to have
Me too.
Hulu, and I'm telling you, people, if you're a sports watcher, the camera, like watching a Phillies game on Hulu, was just unwatchable. It was just weird. It was very
Me too.
weird and like choppy. I love YouTube TV. YouTube TV's the best.
YouTube TV's fine. YouTube TV's fine.
Anyway, what's up, Thomas?
They
Dalton
must have
Thomas.
heard us talk about Tucker because just a second ago he has been released.
Wow! Bang bang!
Ooh.
You gotta
Breaking
love it
news.
when you break. We are on the cusp of it. See, these people in here are smart. Everybody, don't listen to me. Listen to the chat. Now, I knew he was gone. I didn't think it would be today. Oscar Perini, cable
and
is
this
a
is a future
shakedown.
Hall of
It's Godfather
love
This
Brian
is a
Colby.
future Hall of Famer.
But you know how it goes, Thomas. It's like, kicking is an odd. It's a strange bird. It's like you could be locked down.
Yep.
All of a sudden, you have a weird. Something goes in your head.
Hey,
Look at Dan Bailey.
Brian.
Dan Bailey was money, and then he just lost it.
hey,
And
Brian,
see,
play
last
Godfather
year,
music for you.
Crack stream till the day I die.
last year was the worst season he ever had.
Yeah. All right. Jesse, same here. Verizon Fios. It's a shakedown. Shakedown.
There it is.
Breakdown. You busted. Yeah, he'll land.
I only really paying
yeah.
120.
Tucker knows how to split the uprights. He will
Oh.
land on a massage.
So does Wade. So does Wade.
What's up, Dave Thompson? How are you, brother? We have watched the Eagles win 2 rings in 4K.
I know how to
D'Angelo,
split
yes.
the uprights, especially after a little blue chew.
No, you break the uprights.
Little
Man.
Rose Sparks. Oh, sorry. Jesse Montanez is the man. He gets the Pornhub on YouTube TV.
How'd you know?
Oh,
Go
God.
I hate you. I really hate you.
Yeah, he knows how to hit you right where it hurts.
Hey, no, it's all right. It's all good in love. I ain't Mark Holmes. I'm not gonna be cursing everything.
Nah, again, Mark Holmes he's got to take care of himself. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, he definitely needs to.
So let me ask the Eagle fans here. A.J. Brown announced his proposal to girlfriend Kelsey Riley. He's no longer going to be a single man. Women weaken legs, bro. I don't know, man. AJ, can
Please
AJ
do.
handle being married?
Please do.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
I
If
hope
not,
so.
then that's
Go
good
ahead.
for
You do
us.
that. You do that. Have lots of kids
Open
too.
the cottage. Where's the cottage, Dave Thompson? Maybe, Dave, maybe you could like have me and a few of my merry men live stream from the cottage, bro. Where is this cottage at?
Ask No White.
We'll come and hang out at the cottage and live stream. Mark Crum
I need
needs
the
a hot
live
tub. I
stream
got a
from
hot
Baby
tub.
Dolls in Dallas.
Ultra, here, I'm going to send you the video that I sent to Wade yesterday. Here, I'm going to send it to you now. I sent it to Rob. Rob, I
God.
don't think Rob's here anymore. Yeah, let me send it. I was sending this to Wade. Is
Wait, where's your heart
Where the
at,
hell did
boy?
Wade go? Oh, there he is.
Well, Brian, did you come
Okay.
out looking like
I'm here.
a vanilla prune?
Nah, I was good, bro. I was good. I sent this to Wade after he pissed me off yesterday.
Oh man.
You missed it, Jesse.
That had me laughing. My phone was dead, and I didn't even know you guys have.
I wish I
live
was there,
stream
man.
this morning.
I was out and about.
You know, near Ontario. There you go. Dave, that's right. You're Canadian. Do you hate us now, Dave?
Canada.
Dave, you don't hate us. Do not blame us for the tariffs. I had nothing to do with it. Hopefully this shit blows over quick.
That's your little Napoleon over there up there that asked for it.
I'm not getting politics. I'm just saying I had nothing to do with the tariffs, bro. All I do know is I know people who go across the border to Canada and it gets a little
Same
dicey
here.
anymore.
Same here.
It's like they're really and listen, I don't blame
Shady.
this, Dave. I don't. Momo, he's married too. He's married to Drew. Poor Momo. I know whose fault it is.
And
I'm
Mark was a ring
yeah,
bearer.
Dave. Dave, I'm not even gonna bring it up. I can't because I'll get in trouble. But you know where I'm thinking. I don't mind. You know, it is what it is. I don't know enough, so I'm just gonna leave it right there. I don't know enough about the situation, but it seems to be a little bit ridiculous. But Jalen Hurts also adopted a child that was parentless and committed to taking care of the child. Dude, that is awesome, Linda. Again,
Wow.
I would
really
say
cool,
this.
man.
I would challenge a lot of
Jalen,
these.
this is to you.
Not you, Linda. I would challenge some of the Dak haters like Drew who just go out of their way to be really, 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 I don't know. To
Open
me,
your
a
heart
little
right there.
over the
Jeez,
top when
man.
it comes to Dak Prescott. The things that Dak does off of the field for suicidal people and seeking help and
Cancer.
Yeah,
Cancer.
cancer for sure. Yeah.
you know, I
You
just-
mean when
I
Jack
just
does do a lot of things outside of the field,
you mean the strip joints?
like blowing loads and strippers outside the strip joints? You know,
Excuse
getting-
him, ladies. I apologize, Linda.
Oh,
I apologize, Linda.
Wait.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and clearly.
by the
Wade-
way, everyone, that strip club is right off the Interstate 35.
I
He
didn't
just
know
didn't
Hurts
give a
adopted
damn.
Mark Holmes
Not-
game
yo,
time.
Brian,
He
not
just
joint
didn't give a
promo,
Did
damn.
you see it, Ultra? Did you watch it, Ultra? Tell me you watched it.
Wow.
Oh my God, this is too funny. Much respect to Jalen Hurts. Yeah, listen, Clemente, we could say that, right? You know what I mean? We could say that, right?
There are players not even on a team no more that still do that everywhere.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess there's no Phillies tonight. I'm looking at the baseball. I don't think they're on
Nope.
tonight. They blew it yesterday. They should have swept.
No, don't remind me that one.
Ultra.
Jesus
I had a
Christ.
couple at that point, but still, that's no excuse. But it was rainy, but I wasn't wet. Well, I was wet, but I wasn't getting rain.
No, like you're on the hot tub, you're wet, man.
Yeah.
Get that Vaseline all over them.
Oh, fuck you, no Vaseline. What are you doing? I'm there by myself. I was in there chilling with the music. I had some country music on for Wade.
Oh, you should play some. I'm sexy, and I know it.
Look at Wade. Look.
What was it, like the 90s country or new country?
It was old school Hank Williams Jr.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was Hank.
Okay.
It was a whiskey bent and hellbound.
Oh. I haven't heard that since I was in the
Pull it
military.
out, GTB. Jimbo, you're a neighbor. Here you go. That was no Diddy juice.
MB, why don't you
Slow it
stop by
down.
and have a
Oh,
beer with us?
Oh, dude, that's all.
Diddy juice. There was no damn white party over here. I don't do white parties. I don't do it. Dak needs to start the Pick Six Playoff Foundation. Oh shit! Oh god!
I'm gonna go find out who had more picks in the playoffs now.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your homework. I don't got. That would
I don't got
require a
time for
lot. That would require a lot of bullshit.
AI, go and search that. No.
AI. The White House proposed. Oh God, I don't even want to get into this. This is football related, but I'm not. I'm gonna go right by there. Some good news. Tank Dell's doing real well in his rehab. You know.
Oh, cool.
Tank Dell had a devastating knee injury. They're not saying when he's or if he's going to be ready, but you know.
Well, the medical technology nowadays, there, Brian, they're amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's good. Let's see. I'm looking at some of the. Yeah, that's basically all the news. I know Rob just came in. We're wrapping up, but yeah, I mean, what's up, Rob? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, my man?
What do you got to say, bro? Go ahead.
Roberto.
Oh, just enjoying the chat. Walker's cracking me up over there with
Dude,
his.
you guys love him. And fucking.
Wade's awesome.
He's the man.
He's awesome, but
He's the man.
he kills me sometimes. I need some backup.
If you want to cash
Yeah,
out him a
yeah.
lot, you know, to a
Embarrass
Eagle
me.
fan, you know, equipment,
Dak
just donate it
Prescott
to
was
him.
the man at that strip club that night.
Okay, so Dak. Okay, most players do.
Hey, he was young. He was young.
He's only mimicking. He's only following.
Young and dumb.
He's
No,
only.
look him.
How would you know if he was at a strip joint if you weren't there yourself?
He likes to
He was right
watch.
behind him watching his
You were
ass.
at
He likes
Ojo's
to
Locos.
watch.
You were at Ojo's Locos eating a burrito.
Luckily for you, my buddy has his friend that works. He's a bouncer at that strip club.
That's
Said
what
Dak was
everybody
going to
says.
town on that lady.
It wasn't me.
Mm,
It was
spy
my
cam,
buddy.
spy cam, huh?
You guys are weird. It's like you're watching on dudes. Nah,
On the town.
Mm.
he's
Hey,
just
Wade.
following the
Hey,
lead
Wade,
of
did,
his owner.
Did Mark show up mistaken thinking that Dak was on stage or what?
Oh,
I
God.
think you're right. I think he did. I think Mark showed up.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
That's not right, man. Poor Mark. Poor Mark.
He was-
Mark's
he
not
was-
even
Mark's
here
not
to
here.
defend
Leave Mark
himself.
out of this.
And
He was
one
waiting.
can't handle the truth.
He was
Well, he's
waiting
not
for
here to
Dak
fight
to
his
climb
battles,
that
so-
pole and dance upside down, spinning up there and shit.
Oh, hey, what's
And
up?
shit. Oh God, I'm not into that. It's just
Oh, God, feces thing. Oh, no.
Hey, game time. I just want to say I think you guys did a damn good job in the draft this year, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey,
yeah, I was
Hallie
kinda-
Pierce. Thank you. Thanks,
I was
man.
kind of surprised. I was kind of surprised you didn't pick up Golden in the,
Yeah,
first
again,
round, but
You
that's
know
a good
how hard
pick.
it is,
It's a good
dude.
pick.
You know how hard
Those
it
are the
is when you don't
trenches.
know the mindset of a team. Where as fans, we think we know, but we're so far away from what's really thinking in the building. You know, it's like you really don't know. Dallas, I will say this, Rob. Dallas did have Tet McMillan as their guy. They were waiting for Tet. They would have drafted Tet just like back when they took Micah. They would have taken Surtain or J.C. Horn. They would have taken
Right.
either
Yeah.
over. But I mean, listen, J.C. Horn just got a big deal, Rob. But I think you would admit he didn't earn it. He's been nothing but injured. Surtain, yeah, he's been good. I mean, he is who we
Surtain's a
thought
real
he
deal.
was.
I mean, I'm here in Denver, so I see Surtain on a regular.
Oh, right.
That kid's
Yeah,
a real
he
deal.
is, and
for
that's
sure.
who they wanted. Well, there was a conflict. There was a conflict between scouts, but I think Surtain would have been the pick. But it didn't happen. So, but they did want, and I think it was the right move, Rob. I will be honest with you. Now that, I mean, I mocked him at Golden, but he's a huge risk.
Yeah.
It ain't like
Yeah, he's hit or miss.
I mean, he
Yeah.
only did it for 3/4 of a season, and it's a small sample size. We just saw that last year with Tyler Guyton. Golden, I like him. I'm not rooting against him, but we can't sit here as Cowboy fans. And I told you, it would have been a risk, in my opinion, to take him, but I was willing to roll the dice. Now they liked McMillan. Well, so did Carolina. So it was all for naught, And just to tell you, like, how weird of a draft this has been a real weird draft because Todd McShay had him as his 50th, 5-0 best player. I mean, Tet McMillan, like, he did not have him rated high, and a lot of guys were like that. So he was a risk. We'll see. It'll be fun to see, like players that Dallas chose over other players that went. Like you guys got the offensive tackle out of Texas, and Williams, is that his name? I won't say Williams, right? Who's the big dude you guys got out of Texas? Anyway, the offensive.
Williamson?
Yeah.
I think it was Williams. I
Your
can't think
first
of it.
round?
No, the Eagles.
No.
Yeah, Eagles got
We
a
got
big
him later.
offensive. We took the guy out
Williamson?
of Oregon, and I'm
He's a
what
good
do I
pass
know?
protector.
Yeah, so
The
we'll
guy in
see.
Oregon,
It'll be
yeah.
neat. Just like you guys.
This guy.
Yeah, like we
it's
took
Cameron Williams. We're talking about Cameron Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
we took the Shamar James out of Florida. We traded up to get him when the Georgia kid that the Eagles ended up with. It'd be neat to watch their careers because Schmel, Mongden, whatever. Maybe he didn't fit in Dallas. I don't know. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But it's just interesting what these scouts and these clubs see, and those two in particular, I'll be interested to keep an eye on because we could have had our pick and we decided to go in another direction. What's your thought, Rob, since you're in here? What's your thought on the report that nobody wants to trade with Howie anymore? I will say the price that Houston paid, right? Or no, it was Atlanta. Atlanta traded
Atlanta
up to
paid
get.
Atlanta's the one that took it.
That's crazy. I thought that was nuts what they gave up for that pick. But what's your thought about nobody wanting to trade with Howie anymore?
Well, I mean, I think, he's very advantageous, but at the same time, they did, I don't know if you subscribe to Philadelphia Eagles on YouTube itself, but they did a little 21-minute thing of behind the scenes,
I'll have to
during
check
the
it
draft.
out. Yeah.
I seen it. I seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty legit. How he, kind of
He got
explains-
his guy anyway.
Yeah, he got his guy anyway. So
That's
it was
2
a blessing
years in a row.
disguise.
I mean, he's living large right now because last year he tried to get up and get a Kenyon multiple times, yet he falls
Right,
to him.
and it just fell right to
And
him.
then Jihad Campbell this year the same way. So
Same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's crazy, and it just goes to say sometimes shit just works out. Dallas got lucky, and you can say anything you want. Dallas got lucky the year that we got CeeDee Lamb. He should have never have fell to us.
Oh yeah, I
Super
remember that.
lucky. I mean,
Rob,
I
Dallas-
think the Raiders should have took him instead of Ruggs. I guess that's a.
Well, it's easy.
No,
to
And Brian,
yeah,
but
like hindsight.
Yeah,
you
but-
got Brian. You got lucky with CD Lamb as well.
Think that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
but
that's what
think
we're
of
saying,
this.
right.
If Lamb wasn't there, guess who they were going to take? They were going to take Trayvon Diggs, who they got
Yep.
in the
In the
second round.
Anyway, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
all
like talk
worked
about
out.
lucky. This is where I go. We could be just as good as
That's
these
who
clubs.
I wanted so bad.
and
I
that's
wanted
it.
88 so bad.
Yeah, like where these clubs make their money to me is in third round, fourth round, even the second round. You know, Dallas takes too many risks, in my opinion, in the second round. But you know, I don't know.
I like their pick this year, though.
And we'll see.
He led the FBS in pressers.
Who's
He's
that?
good on the
Oh,
edge.
Oh, yeah.
As a rocker.
For Dallas, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Joe, I
I
like your pick, Blue. I love Blue. Blue's a good pick for you guys.
No, I agree. I agree with you, Jesse. I think Blue's
My
an
boy,
underrated
Blue.
pick, and so is Mappa.
I want to see.
Or how
Eagles
Mark
wanted Blue though.
Mark calls him Mustafa, but yeah, Mappa I think is an underrated pick too. I think he's a physical back,
good power back.
That's another one.
good physical back out of Clemson. I watched a lot of them this year because I put a lot of money on their games.
I bet you did.
I did.
You were off the grid. I was worried. I'm like, hopefully he didn't take too bad a hit, but sometimes
No. Actually, I did pretty well. It came out well. The Super Bowl paid me out quite well, but Mappa's a damn good pick. Those are underrated. Blue and Mappa, I mean, I think are really, really good picks for being later round.
Oh
picks.
yeah, I agree, 100%.
Like something about Maffa, interesting. Now we don't know. I mean, he's kind of weird. I'm not like the end all be all when it comes to analyzing players, but from what I could tell, he does too much left and right BS. You know, he needs to just I think he might fit really good in this new one cut downhill system because that's what he needs to do, because he had a staggering stat where he gains 3.7 yards after contact. That's what his average was.
Damn.
I mean, that's after contact.
After contact,
He
don't go down.
The great Brian Broadus didn't like the pick. I'm like, okay, we're talking about a 7th round pick. All right, and I love Brian, and Brian, he's got a Super Bowl ring, so I'm gonna, but I mean, he was like, I would have taken, and he mentioned this other dude, and I'm like, okay, Brian, I mean, I understand, but maybe just let the kid play a little bit before you say that he didn't see
it's
him.
a gamble.
He didn't see him, or he didn't have him rated, so he was the wrong pick. I'm like, dude, he's a 7th round pick. I like what I see, but I don't really know.
Some breaking news. Justin Tucker just got released by.
Yeah, we just talked about it a few minutes
ago.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I wasn't
No, you're good.
Hey,
you're good.
You're good.
I think he's zonked out.
Hey, Blue.
It's crazy.
You probably have T-shirts running around saying Mafia.
I don't know about that.
Game time. What's your favorite draft pick as far as your guys' draft pick this year? Like what BB kind of was your star last year.
That was prime time. So prime time was all over BB. He loved them, and he's an ex-quarterback, so that's.
So who's your favorite this year?
You put me on the spot here. My favorite pick, and I'm going to say it because the guy lives 10 minutes from me. I'm going to say.
I know it.
I'm going to say our 2nd round draft pick.
Yes, sir.
Let me just give you guys some stats.
Easy.
I knew it.
Well,
you were
listen,
so over him.
No, I mean, he lives in the same zip code as me. I mean, of course I'm happy with the pick. I want to give you guys some stats. And listen, this doesn't mean that I think he's that player, but just listen to the stats and then let me know, okay? Because that's all we got, right? I have him here. Let me find him.
He'll be going to somebody's barbecue, won't he, guys?
Let me find them for a second. I thought I had the stats. I have them somewhere. Where the hell is it? Oh, you know what? I know who sent them to me. It was, where are you at, bro? Did I delete you? Don't tell me I deleted it. Clemente, there we go. There we go. Let me, again, I'm not here to say he's that player, but I mean, Ezeraku, like Drew likes to say he's light in the ass, and that's just really not the case, okay?
Yeah, that's not the case.
I mean, Abdul Carter, okay? Here's Abdul. I'm just going to match him up, okay?
Hey.
I'm not saying he's Abdul Carter. I'm just saying that he's a really good pick for the 2nd round pick. You got Abdul Carter, quarterback pressures, 54. Donovan, we'll call him. Easy, 62. Okay, that's one. Tackles for loss, 17.5 for Abdul Carter, 16.5. And actually, no, They don't have a tackles for loss for sacks. We'll go sacks. Abdul Carter had 8, obviously. 16.5 for Dominant. Ezeraku. Pressure rate. Easy was a 16.5, 5th best in the FBS. But more importantly, Easy 6'2" and I can't read that. 6'2 and a half and 248. Abdul Carter is 6'3", 250. I mean, it's minuscule. So what I'm trying to say is, for a second-round draft pick, to say he's this or that, he actually plays very well against the run. That's the thing, too. People are like, oh, he's just a sack guy. That's not the case. Just go look
Yeah,
it
that's
up.
that's
He
not the
actually
case.
plays the run decent.
If you watch film on him, he's really fast.
I'm
too.
not
He
talking
doesn't have-
sacks, Drew. I'm talking he's not late
Oh.
in the ass.
he can fake
He's a
out a
good-
freaking lineman too.
I just
like
compared
nothing.
you stat for stat to Abdul Carter, and Abdul Carter's, I would think even Rob would say, is drafted more on his upside, and I would even tell you that Micah Parsons,
His
everybody's
IQ.
trying to find Micah, and they're just assuming Abdul. No offense, Jesse, I like him. I like Abdul Carter,
Mm.
but he really hasn't done it for any length of time. You know?
Let him, like I said, once again, let him display it on the gridiron. I am not going for paperwork. I want to see what's on the gridiron on TV.
No, but you
Yeah.
got him with the number 3 overall pick. We got our
Yeah.
guy in the second
Well,
round.
44. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's a
It
bit
was either
different.
him. It was either him or the circus named Shador. No, thank you. We'll take Carter.
I would have liked to see
No,
his
I
Morocco,
said
though.
the
I would have
same
liked
thing,
to see his
Brandon
Morocco in the SEC or in the Big Ten, though.
Yeah,
I
I
would
agree.
like the
Big
ACC.
Ten.
ACC's competition
I
is a little.
agree, and that's why
you
I'm
know,
not
so I
throwing
would've
out
liked
the
to see
sacks.
I agree, but I think Baltimore really liked him until Starks fell to him at 23. I
Yeah.
think they were.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's how I'll look at the draft. We don't know. We like names.
Exactly.
Like we know,
Absolutely.
like the blinking names. Ooh, we like
Sure.
it. We like it. We like it. Again, everybody says, and Rob, I'll tell you this. I wanted Dallas to trade down. Dallas wanted to trade down, but nobody was offering much to trade down. You would have had to have substantially have lost the trade to move. Why? Because nobody really wanted to come up for anybody really. And there was one team.
Yeah.
There was the Houston Texans wanted to move up to Dallas' spot. For who? They wanted Tyler Booker. As soon as Dallas found that out,
Ooh.
you weren't going to trade out. I mean, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, I like Booker, but you should have traded down." Well, he wasn't going to be there in the 20s. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
Arizona would have taken him. They
I
just
mean-
lost
Cleveland would have
Starks.
taken him.
Yeah.
He still has some ways to go. It's not like he's a perfect player. So any of you people that love Tyler Booker, he needs to work on his pass sets a little bit. But he's
Well, they all
definitely
do.
he's definitely a day one starter, and he's going to help instantly in the run game. He gets tired
Yeah.
in games, so he needs to get
Well,
his
that's-
stamina up.
That
You
Yep.
know,
That's
it's not
called-
like he's
that's
a
when they get their
can't-miss
man bodies.
player.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
when they get their man
NFL
bodies.
body,
Exactly,
yeah,
Jesse.
NFL body.
But you asked me my favorite. I like Easy because he's from 10 minutes down the road. Williamstown High School.
Free
Yes,
barbecue.
sir.
I graduate. So I got him 10 minutes that way, and I got the Kansas City running back Isaiah Pacheco
Checo.
10
Yeah.
minutes that way. So I'm
Oh boy, you're gonna have a
surrounded,
good summer.
but I'm trying to get Pacheco on the podcast, but all of a sudden now he's got all these handlers. I can't seem to get him. I'm gonna try and get Easy, but we'll see. I know his family a little bit, so we'll see. But stay tuned on that. But yeah, that's my favorite. But ultimately, I don't know how he's gonna pan out. I wish he would have got his
Right.
number. I wish he would have went
That's
to
that.
Donovan Wilson and say, "Yo, bro, you're probably
Yeah.
a year away from being cut or
Exactly.
traded. You give me number 6, but." Whatever, he's wearing 41. We'll see how long that lasts.
I like Ravel too. I just hope he gets healthy. I mean,
Ooh,
that
I
guy was
forgot about him.
he was a beast as a corner. I mean,
Ultra
he's
Cowboy.
6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultra Cowboy says Tyler Booker allowed a total of 2 sacks in 2007 snaps throughout. That's impressive, though.
That's really impressive.
I did
And
hear,
was
though,
really,
he needs
was
to
really
work
good
on his
against the run,
stamina,
too.
though. He gets tired.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is all scouting reports. I mean, I'm not there watching it. So, I mean, I don't know. More importantly, since you're here, Rob, and you don't usually check in too often, what do you feel about Jihad? I mean, I would imagine you like Jihad Campbell, right? Are you worried about his knees and his shoulders at all?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried long term. Hopefully, he could, recover. And I think the nice thing about Philly is that we have depth. So we could give him some time to, get to 100%. Kind of like Cooper DeJean. I mean, he started off. I mean, he didn't play until like the 5th game of the season.
Yeah.
So we transitioned him in, and once he came in and took over the slot for Maddox. I mean, it was just a wrap after that. I mean, we got a star in the making, in my opinion, with DeJean. So I like Gian Campbell. Again, like I said, sometimes you just get lucky in the draft and they fall to you anyway without having to give up much draft capital.
Nah, that was that was an easy one to do.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
that was great. That was a nice pick, there, Rob.
Yeah, I think we're gonna, if we transition him to edge, I think he could take the reps that Sweat was getting, put him in a nice rotation, give him some time to heal, and see what he got. My favorite pick as far as from the Eagles though is Ty Robinson out of Nebraska. I think that he could go in there and
I like him.
And
Drew got
that guy's a
offended
beast.
when I said that he would.
That guy's a beast.
He would eventually be on the line and Jordan Davis will be gone. I'm like, I didn't mean right this now. I said, they may not extend Jordan Davis to a long-term deal, and eventually he may slide in there, but whatever. I don't know. I liked Andrew McCuba for you guys. He was my number one safety. That was
I thought he was a little undersized until I watched his film.
He is.
And then after I watched his film, I'm like, oh no, this kid's the real deal.
He's undersized.
Yeah, he's a beast. Rob,
you know who he reminds me of? And don't, all due respect, I'm not saying he's that guy. He reminds me of a smaller version of a Brian Dawkins. He's always around the football, and he, for a little, Brian Dawkins, he got bigger, but he was never huge. He can lay the wood. And Andrew McCuba, I loved him. Well, yeah, pause. Yeah, true that. But I liked him. He was my number one safety. But again, that's on paper. I don't know. I mean, I like him. So
Rob, put him as weapon X. Rob, put him as weapon X1.
I like McCuba.
There we go.
I mean, I'm not going to say the whole draft. I'm like, I wouldn't mind having McCuba. That would be an instant upgrade over Malik Hooker, and then say, oh well, I don't like McCuba because the Eagles got him. Nah, that's foolish.
That's bullshit.
I like Andrew McCuba. So, and Ty Robinson, I like him as well. You got him in the 4th round. Big dude too. It's not like he's a little guy. I mean, I like him. So, he's got elite character. They say he's a Philadelphia kind of player. He was a guy that they were targeting at 96. So
he played with Cam Jurgens, as well. So I mean, good character, very athletic for being his size. And it just seems like off the field, he's just a good, solid dude that you don't got to worry about him getting in any kind of trouble or anything. So
6'5",
I could see
288.
Yeah. So I could see him filling in Milton Williams, getting those snaps.
Yeah, he
being
could.
the rotation.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So
60
I mean,
career games, 47 starts, 134 tackles, 26.5 tackles for loss, 12 sacks, 12 pass breakups. Again, this is a 4th round. Those are my kind of 4th round draft picks. Now, again, he hasn't played in the NFL yet, so let's let the guy. But if you're just
get his man body.
Yeah, I mean, I think he needs to put on a little bit, but not really, because he's kind of, he don't have an ounce of fat on him. That's his thing. So I don't know how they want to use him. Maybe is he an edge type guy too at times? Maybe he's
that's the same thing.
Yeah,
same
maybe
thing.
he goes inside, outside, gives you like flex.
3-4.
So he might help
like
you
a
on
Bosa,
the edge
because he has a build like Bosa. He's just a big, like lean.
Damn, Rob, Bosa?
I'm saying built. I'm not saying skill.
Okay.
I'm not saying
like,
skills. I'm saying, I think he's built
do, though,
like
Jesse,
Bosa. Like he's a lean 280. Like he's not a fat, big, Jordan Davis kind of guy. He's not a mass. I mean, he's just very athletic.
Yeah, I agree.
So, hey, listen, this is what the draft's for. You go out, you fill holes, you get some guys you hope they can work out. I really like Jay Toia. I
do too. I do too. Out of UCLA.
Out of UCLA. My guy Dane Brugler. I really, really like Dane Brugler. He's not always right, but he normally is. You know what I mean? He had him as the 3rd round grade. So the fact that we got him in the 7th, I feel that's a steal. He offers you some penetration, but he will eat a double team. He will. I just like the player a lot more. I like him way more at 7 than I did in Mozzie in the first round, and that's just keeping it real.
Way more.
So I think we like him, but again, until we see him play, Rob, I'm not going to go stand on.
Well,
him.
good size. I think he's like 320, 325 ish, right?
Yeah,
that might be
that
might be Mozzie's one what's going to take over Mozzie.
Replacement.
Definitely can. I mean,
Wouldn't be surprised.
Mozzie's on his last chance. I mean, he had a decent season last year, though. I mean,
improved. You got the young Thundercats, as they say in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's 6'2" and a half, 342, Rob.
342.
And he's probably not accurate. He's probably heavier than that. So probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You know, his average draft grade was a 5.
I would want to get hit by that.
Dane had him as a 3. We got him in a 7. So, again, you know, we have to see him play. We're not going to anoint anybody. But I like the kid. He comes from a good pedigree. He's Tongan. All right, I think he's Tongan. But, dude, you know, that's the kind of guy we needed. And you normally don't spend a lot on that normally, unless you're a Vita Vey. You don't see too many of those type guys. So we'll see. I like him, but we'll see. Again, he has a long way to go. But I do like Ultra says White Cotton was brought in for Mozzie. White Cotton, I will say, Rob, White Cotton loves him some Mozzie Smith. So, again, this is year 3. If it's now or never, Ultra, I think he took a mini step last year. He was a little better last year than he was his rookie year, and that's not saying much. He still was towards the bottom of the rankings when it comes to defensive interior linemen. So we'll see. I mean, yeah, hopefully he can get more out of him. That's Mark's guy. So, you know,
of course it would be.
He sat with his mother. Jesse, he sat with his mother.
Hey, Joe, I got a question for you. You got any concerns that Siobhan Rivell came out of Eastern Carolina?
Yeah, he's a pirate.
Yeah. Kind of. I mean,
as opposed to a corner that.
Yeah, the competition wasn't the best, but you know, if you look at his intangibles, I'm not too worried, to be honest. Okay. He's going to be a good outside corner, I think, once he's healthy.
Yeah, well, I believe, and help me out. Is Thomas Garrett still here? Yeah, I see his ceiling fan.
He's floating around. Yeah, that's been sitting there for a while.
Dallas Cowboys. I was right. Damn it. Damn, I hate it when I'm right. I think the last player we drafted out of Eastern Carolina, Rob, was a guy named Robert Jones. We drafted him. He was a linebacker, 6'3", 245. I guess he would be light in the ass, according to Drew.
Sure.
But yes, and we brought him in '92, and he was a pirate. He went to Eastern Carolina and from Blackstone, Virginia, and we won some Super Bowls with him. So we'll see. I like the value of the pick, Rob, more than the pick. I mean, he still has a ways to go, Revell. He still needs to learn the NFL game, but everything you watch and see is remarkable with this kid. He's a very good kid. He's a team leader type of guy. We'll see. He's a third. I'd rather risk a 3rd round pick than do what we normally do and do that in the 2nd round. So we'll see. You know, I'll give him a chance. I'm not going to anoint him, that's for sure. Ultra says Sauce Gardner and Mitchell came out of small schools. Yeah, again, I mean, I think corner is a position where if you have the traits, it'll project. You know, I do believe that, but again, it's all speculation at this point. Jimbo, I watched Makuba at Clemson in Texas. He only played 1 year at safety. Yeah, everybody forgets he did start at Clemson, Makuba. So, Jimbo, watch Makuba tape Ultra. He's a baller. Nobody's saying he's CJ GJ. Again, Jimbo, I like CJ GJ, but he was a bit of a head case for me.
Oh, yes, he was.
So the fact that they brought him back, he won a Super Bowl, I don't know how much he had to do with it, quite honestly. And I think it was the right move by getting, now that the draft is over, I think you upgraded. That's just me.
CJ GJ was a team leader, Brian. For that team, he was a team leader.
Rob, is that true?
I loved his swag, but you know, there were.
I think they kind of side-eyed him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but there were a lot of talks that him and our cornerbacks coach were having some button heads and stuff in meetings and stuff that some shouting matches and stuff. So
Just an odd dude. He's just one of those guys. He had like
Oddball.
he had some TL
Yeah, for
in him,
sure.
and not in a good way, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like he was a me guy. You know, it's kind of like, I mean, he's the type of guy. To me, he's not a foxhole guy because he'll throw you under the bus in a heartbeat.
When he was out of position a lot too. I mean, he's a ball hawk, but he was out of
is.
position a lot. During the year, and it's like
He had a
especially
lot
that
of
Atlanta
Trayvon
game.
Diggs in him, right? A little gamble, and it'll make
Oh,
it look
yeah.
great sometimes, but then look foolish sometimes.
I think DeJean is just a much better option than him.
I like
think
DeJean,
that's
Rob.
why.
I like
Yeah,
DeJean.
I like DeJean too.
Yo, Rob, I live in Philly. I'm a Giants fan, but I live in Philly, so I know how the team goes over here, the enemy. But DeJean's going to take you places.
I like the
Yeah,
kid.
no,
I mean, we'll see. I mean,
I do
I like
too.
him. It was a good opening year.
I like him too. I think he can play safety too. Like he's not just a slot
I
corner.
think ultimately that might be his position, but for
Yeah.
now, he's
I
a
can see
slot
that.
guy. You know, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, speaking of players playing in smaller schools, Toledo wasn't that big of a school when we
Yeah,
took
Kenyon Mitchell. There you go. So you kind
Kenyon
of
out of
yeah.
out of, and I was worried about that because I was wanting Arnold, and he got drafted by Detroit as far as Harry and Arnold, but I'm glad we ended up with the right player. So I mean, I'm
Yeah.
glad
Yes,
we
you
ended
did.
up with Kenyon.
Maybe you guys can remember who was the guy that left Dallas in free agency that we got out of Central Florida. Maybe Thomas. I could look.
Something. Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill.
No. He was a corner.
Oh, he's a corner. Okay.
I think Thomas is looking it up. Go ahead.
Gosh, yeah.
Who did you say now, Brian?
You remember we got a corner? It was a corner, a CB out of Central Florida. Remember? And he left in free agency and he kind of flittered out. But for us, he was good. Remember, it wasn't too long ago. Or South Florida, maybe?
About because
Dallas.
he went to.
Are you talking about Byron Jones?
No.
No, he
Wade
was
looks
UConn.
like Texas Macho Man, LOL. Coyote. Wade's the man.
No,
The
Byron
lot
Jones went to
lizards love
Connecticut.
Wade. They go to him first, and then they go to the other guys.
He's the alpha lot lizard.
I know what you're talking about, Brian.
I can't think of his friggin' name. He ended up getting injured, and then he kind of flittered out. But he was very good for us.
Was he?
I just can't think. But yeah, he was out of like. But I do think that
You got the clue.
I'll have to look it up. I want to say. I don't know if it was South Florida. No. Dallas. Just give me a sec.
Florida.
It wasn't Miami.
I thought it was maybe it's South Florida.
No, it wasn't Watkins. Watkins went to Florida State.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah, he went to Florida State.
So now I'm getting annoyed. Maybe it was South Florida.
Because we had some
Like,
good
I'll be-
DBs.
I don't think it's
Play-
bland. I do not think it's bland.
No, it's not. You'll know it when I
thinking
say
of
Mike
Jenkins?
Jenkins. Mike Jenkins.
Yeah.
Remember Mike Jenkins? He
Oh
was.
yeah, I remember.
Well,
Yeah.
Arturo got him. Arturo got him.
Okay, yes, Mike Jenkins. Yeah, he was very good with Dallas. He kind of went away in free agency and got hurt, and then he was never the same.
Didn't he go to the Giants?
Byron Jones was Connecticut.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think he did go to Giants.
Yeah,
Jones went to Miami.
Yeah, no, I was
Jenkins,
talking
that's
about
it.
Jenkins.
yeah. It was South Florida. That's it. I said Central, but it was South. Mike Jenkins played well in this league, so I think.
No, he went to he was a Raider.
Because he went to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, he was a Raider.
Larry
okay.
Brown was
He
a
was a
Raider.
Raider.
Remember
Oh, I
that?
could have sworn he was a Giant.
Yeah,
Larry
'cause
Brown
I
was a
remember.
seventh round
I remember
pick.
him in
Yeah.
when we played it when Denver and the Broncos
Yeah, I
played.
think you're right. I think. Yeah.
This is back
yeah.
like in the early, like 2011, 12, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that's the one position you can get a small school guy. I think where you would struggle is obviously for obvious reasons: wide receiver, quarterback, offensive line is tough. Even though Dallas did go out and get a guy from Toledo, right? Larry Allen. So it can happen.
That was crazy.
But it doesn't usually. I mean, look at what Eagles did with the Samoan kid. So they
Mullen.
found They found him out in the middle of nowhere, wandering basically.
Turn Mozzie Smith into an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Turn him into a guard.
Well, you got the
Put him
well,
into
Rob.
a
You
fullback.
You got that offensive lineman that was a rugby player. Look at him now.
Oh, Mylana. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Mylana.
Yeah, Mylana. Yeah, Jeff Stoutland found him wandering around a jungle somewhere, and
Hey, man, Tarzan came down and said,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
so. But all right, everybody. I think I
He
want to get
found
out of
him in
here.
Samoa.
I think I want to get out of here. I got some stuff to do.
He was on the
Looks like it's
Samoan
getting
Olympic.
dark. Oh, was he really? He was on the Samoan Olympic
Yep,
team.
won the gold medal.
Who's that?
Cool. Mylana.
Mylana? I didn't know. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I did.
Damn it.
Yep, they won the gold medal.
All right.
I'm sending
I
emails
think it
to
was
the Giants. Go to
2000
Samoa.
2020.
That's wild and crazy stuff. Dude, this
I
is
am
hysterical.
I am definitely sending an email to my Giants. Go to Samoa. Bring some.
How
Yeah,
crazy
go
is
to
this?
Japan and get some sumo wrestlers. They're really great.
Well,
Yeah.
You mean
I'm
some of the
sure
girls you
Micah
dating there,
knows
buddy?
some since he's over there wrestling.
Yeah, he lives over there in the off season. I just can't believe that Justin Tucker was released right after we said that he's going to be released.
And I think
Yeah,
he
that's
drafted a
crazy.
kicker
Brian,
too.
Brian, you're the Godfather.
That's
You-
freaking
you
crazy.
deemed
I
it.
said, dude, you know what's going to happen. He's going to get cut. You know, you draft a
You
kicker.
played.
Yeah.
You gotta play that. You gotta play that Godfather music, Brian. You picked it.
Yeah, I got lucky. Everybody
What
can get lucky.
timing? That's great timing.
We will kiss your ring, Brian. We will kiss
Broken
your ring.
clock is right twice a day. So, but all right, everybody, I'm gonna get out of here. My wife's giving me the side eye. So, it was an awesome lunchtime chat. I appreciate everybody. Rob, thank you for showing up, brother. I miss you. And
Hey, thanks for having me, my man.
Yo,
Appreciate it.
Rob,
see?
man, come on in. You're more.
Yeah, see you, Rob.
Oh,
Joe
for sure. I'll be
DeMasi,
back.
Thomas Garrett, Blue Virus, Wade, my brother from another mother. Wade, even though you're a hater, I got love for you, TP. but
Yeah,
damn,
boy,
you're
hater.
militant. You're militant. But all right, everybody. I'll see
Hey,
everybody
Wade.
later.
Wade.
So,
real
See you,
quick.
boys.
Hey, my
Yeah.
man. Let's just call our bet even. I'll catch you in Philly. We'll have some beers.
There we go.
Sounds good.
There we go. Me,
All right,
Wade,
man.
Drew, and Rob, and we'll go to a. We'll go out. Well, then again, Rob will probably want to bring his wife, so we'll have to go somewhere nice.
No Mark Holmes.
We lose.
She's like one of the guys.
All right. So then, all right. Then we'll go to a game, and then we'll go to Del Frisco's or something. But all right, everybody.
Oh,
I will
right down the
talk to
street from
everybody
mine.
later. Thank you, and have a good night. Late.
You as well.
Stay here.
Thanks. Love ya.